Saturn we go. Also, speaking of the old point-and-click games, I don't think I've ever done a live stream version, but the last one I played last year, I think it was last spring around this time, I did Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis as a playthrough series.
This is Dmitry Moldavsky, pilot of the Ragana. We are simple.
I had started King's Quest V, and then I got busy with other stuff. I have a whole bunch of stuff through GOG. I got a huge collection of those games. Heretic says, I remember the same thing happened to Fallout 4. I think Fallout 4 is a great game with over 400 hours and 2 survival runs. There you go. Same thing with like Witcher 3. The Witcher 3, the base game, had a lot of bugs. Had a rare rocky launch. And then The Witcher 3 went on to become one of the most awarded Game of the Year titles ever. I think Baldur's Gate 3 was the first game to knock The Witcher 3 off of its pedestal. But The Witcher 3, a lot of people forget that The Witcher 3 was a piece of shit when it launched for a lot of different people. It had a lot of problems. And CD Projekt Red had to work really hard to turn that around and make it into something better. Which was why it was like, I don't know why everybody was surprised that Cyberpunk 2077 had a similar rocky launch. Because it was like, that's just how big AAA games launch these days. Like, Starfield was no different. Neither was Baldur's Gate 3. A lot of people like to think that Baldur's Gate 3 was this, glorious example of perfection. It was still a fucked up launch. Go read their patch notes. Like, the first half dozen patches were them literally fixing, no joke, thousands of bugs and performance issues per patch and posting these massive patch notes. The reason Baldur's Gate 3 or the reason Larian gets a pass from a lot of people is because the cadence of their patches post-launch was so impressive. Like, no other company out there has ever done it at the pace that they were doing it. And that's what kind of made everybody else's response to things pale in comparison. But Bethesda has always just added to their games over time. So I look forward to whatever the future holds for Starfield for sure. But I'm also looking forward to the next Fallout game, looking at the next Elder Scrolls game. Like, I'll definitely play the shit out of both of those when they come out. For sure. Alright. I have a crewman on. Looks like trouble found you. You've drawn the attention of the Crimson Fleet.
I was afraid of that. Look, we are not built for combat. What is it you want exactly?
Let's go with the Sys-Def. The fleet wants Austin Rank dead. Report your ship and talk about how to spare him.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly, it will be safer for us that way. Alright, you can dock. We will talk then.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is also going to be another really fun experience to see how they've, because Rockstar has always really done well with that open world RPG type thing. I'm looking forward to seeing what that brings to the table, but man oh man, would I love to see another Red Dead game.
Time to get this ship moving.
Hi guys. This poor captain is like stressed to the max.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it.
Right, it already has 1,000 planets, right? It launched with 1,000 planets. So in terms of the potential for the future of what Starfield could hold, they have a lot of runway to just add content to the game over the years. It's like, oh, we'll add a new series of quests over in this planetary system, and oh, let's pick these 6 planets and have something going on over there, and alien incursion or whatever. There's a lot of potential for different things. I don't know who's listening over comms. This is safer.
That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about?
The fleet wants Rake dead, but I want to resolve this without violence.
You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you?
Nope.
And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port.
Deliver him to Sistef. If the fleet finds out about this deal, we're both exposed.
That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Alright. Cockpit.
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Back to Neva.
Nice. Clean sip there.
No, hang on, I'm on the planet. It's not what I want. I need to go to the other side of the planet. The ship design reminds me a little bit of
Damn mercs just don't know how to take
Prometheus
my
too.
head. Hey, Wolf, wanna help me with some target practice?
Y'all was stupid. Alien factions? No, there's really not a lot of aliens in this. It's very much human-centric. There are alien species to discover on planets, and there are alien species that you will encounter, but there are no, like, alien... There's no, like, intelligent alien stuff. It's not like Mass Effect where you had different alien races.
Thanks for the help with the Ecliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate.
Are you eating another mango? You're gonna be in the bathroom all day tomorrow. It's like a third or fourth mango today. I know, it's a ton of fiber. Alright, Austin Rake is dead. The Morgana survived.
Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rake's taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you.
Vouch away,
If
darling.
you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear?
Crystal. It's about damn time.
You better stow that crap before you make me change my mind. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
Well, we're in. I hope you know.
Oops, I did not mean to cut her off. I hit a button and it nuked Sarah's line of dialogue. Off to join the pirates.
This is United Colony Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. Scan complete. Welcome to Mars. You're cleared to land at Sidonia.
And except I don't want to land. I want to go on the other side of the planet, but sometimes we get POIs lost. I'm supposed to report back. Here we go. I was telling everyone about your addiction to IHOP. How much you love IHOP and pancakes.
Nice clean.
She makes pancakes probably 3 times a week. Chris does love pancakes for breakfast. I think it's because the Mexican, like, you need sweet bread with coffee in the morning, and so the reasoning is like pancakes are a quick and easy way to make a sweet bread in the morning,
It might not be Jemison,
and you can
but
you know
this
add
ship is
fruit and
starting
have
to feel
different
like home.
toppings and everything else, and you're not relying on like
I had a friend on the Regana.
super
I hope I'll be
sugary
able to see him
cookies and
next time
stuff.
on shore leave.
Hello.
Not that those are bad. Sometimes those are good. I really love like a good coffee cake. Like, just I'll
Okay,
happily
hello.
buy a good coffee cake or like a crumble cake.
Do you have anything to report?
The danger there is eating the whole thing all at once.
We got the message from the Regana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for.
Alright, I'm glad he surrendered.
That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part.
I'll do my part to make certain that doesn't happen, Commander.
El hombre
Oh,
de...
one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship.
Elotes.
There was concern
pasa
after
eso.
what happened with the Regana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust.
Mejor no en el
Coming to
calor.
her rescue ensured that would not be a problem.
Y nunca hiciste. Oh, that's right, you did make cornbread, I forgot. Alright.
But
Risky
a
move
gamble
here.
that hopefully paid off. On that note, how did things go with Neva? Were you able to join the fleet?
Does seem like I passed her initial test.
Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is going as expected. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet.
Copy that.
Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda?
I'm supposed to meet her at the key.
Where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
Agreed. The last thing we need is to infiltrate the fleet, only to be kicked out because we've underestimated one of their people.
I don't disagree, but it's important to know your enemy and the best way to defeat them. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
I was just reading, apparently, this is for those of you who are playing World of Warcraft with us.
First mission in the books and no casualties. Good work.
Apparently someone just data mined. There is a story difficulty associated with the first raid in the War Within, and people are making an assumption here that it means that Blizzard is going to provide players with the opportunity to do the raids in a story mode as opposed to needing to go do LFR if they just want to do it for the story credit. It's not a confirmation. The article says Blizzard confirms. That's not actually true. It's a data mined.
This is just the beginning.
Something that was data mined, but it does point to something very interesting if story versions of the raids are coming, because they're already doing that with follower dungeons with the normal dungeons, which is awesome. It means you can go solo the dungeons now just to get the story credit. Your gear's not going to be the same. I mean, if you want to go get good gear, you got to go do it with other people. But to be able to do it all solo,
be careful.
Storyline mode, even the raid content, that's great, because then you don't have to worry about like finalizing the cutscenes and everything else. That's cool. I'll need to follow up on that.
Things are progressing rather quickly.
A concha with cafe in the morning.
The commander is pleased.
A mí me encanta concha en la mañana. Con queso.
We don't have a full map of the fleet's roster.
No me gusta
The members change
chocolate.
too
Es
quickly.
más con vanilla. It's really good with whipped cream, man. I've got evidence for you.
Nice work. Let me take a look.
Man, now I want some sweetbread. I was telling him earlier I'm craving waffles. Oh, that's right. We do have churros, don't we? No, you don't have to do that right now. No.
Interesting. Looks like he's been meeting up regularly with Neva Mora to transfer goods and cash from Sidonia.
Problem with cooking churros right
Which
now is it was
means
110
the
degrees
Crimson
today.
Fleet's just
We don't
lost
have
one
air
of their
conditioning
drop
in the
points.
kitchen, so it's like
That should set them back a
still
bit.
like 95
Any
degrees
other
in the kitchen
fragments?
right now. And the idea of going out there and like frying up some churros is not you know, as much as this we both have sweet tooths right now.
All right.
Not gonna happen.
Keep up the good work.
No. I'll go have a bowl of cereal.
Good luck
here in
on
a
the
bit.
key.
Heard the Regana made it to port with 0 casualties.
No.
Good to be back on board.
Credits are always good, man.
Any day you make it through is a victory in my book.
Oh, I know why I went straight here. I need to go rest up for an hour because I am banged up and bruised. Can I not use one of the beds? What? Which one of these is my bed? This is my bed.
Get any rest?
Apparently we both
sure
fit in there.
didn't.
Not quite sure how, but I'll be in my bunk.
Textbook there. We're free.
I had to go put points into it so it would actually go. Didn't have enough energy.
Smooth jump. Nice work.
Alright, we have made it to the Crimson Fleet headquarters.
Seals, check. Air pressure, check. Shipment tech.
Something you might be interested in.
Get out of my face. You said the take was 10K, but it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30.
You wanted 4K, you got 4K. Not my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
Well, shit.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught. Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener.
Not before I loot it. Alright, Neva.
The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something?
I'm an extrovert option. Nice to finally put a face to the name.
Maybe for you. I'd rather shove a shotgun up my nose than remember the face of every low-life rook who passes through this station.
Damn, that's cold,
But
Neva.
all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson. Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we keep it together.
Copy that. Looks like a good place for some R&R.
Hell yeah, it is. Just watch your back when you do. Cred sticks tend to disappear around here, if you catch my meaning.
We'll be certain to keep a close watch on our belongings.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the Key. But it's better if I show you too. Follow me. All right. History time. So, the Key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock.
Okay.
The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, Lock, Key. Cute, huh?
Okay.
Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember, on the Key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nev. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us. So anyway, we were talking about the Lock. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place.
Okay.
After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the keep.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway,
Lutra's kind of hot.
Welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa, whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated prisoners grabbed the key, they established it as a base of operations and began pirating the spaceways. That was how the Crimson Fleet began.
Okay.
Of course, Jasper Cricks had a lot to do with all that, but we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, Queen of the Rare Exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss. On the right, you've got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how high. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you know?
Health insurance costs.
This is our final stop. Over there, you've got the Last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station. The Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit, given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Rake? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do.
Alright.
Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering.
Wow. A bit extreme.
Exactly the lengths we're willing to go to protect ourselves. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have.
And boom,
for
boom,
Delgado,
boom.
The bomb grants peace of mind and a certain degree of safety.
Bet you don't get out much.
It's been over 5 years since I've stepped off the key. Leaving this place puts far too much at risk. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while I convene with the core. Thanks to advanced modifications, even Bugin would envy. I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any one of the mill cyber runners.
Feel the fleet.
There. You're done. All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us.
Time to make those credits.
The perfect segue into my final subject. Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, we always have a steady stream of jobs available. I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core.
Alright. Just tell me we're officially done here.
We're officially done here. Now, I believe that covers all I have to say, so you can run along to Delgado. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way from there, I hope.
You hope. I hope so too.
Alright, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired.
Repairs have taken place.
Nev.
Alright folks, I'm going to wrap it here. I don't normally do evening streams, so tomorrow we should be back normal time around 11 a.m. to 12 noon Central, somewhere around there start time. Multi-streaming as always on YouTube and Twitch. So for those of you who want to get the most out of the experience, make sure to follow along in both places. That way if you miss a YouTube notification, you'll get the Twitch notification. You're going to sign up for the Discord because I ping everybody there as well. And if you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to support on Twitch. It's bits, cheers, and subscriptions. And over on YouTube, it's super chats for the one-off donations and memberships if you want to join the team. Thanks to those of you who can and do. I'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening.